know, the biggest thing, like as a pro, is like process focused. And even though we weren't getting the results, we felt like we were doing the right things that would eventually get us there. And
Mm,
there was like this underlying belief that we were going to turn the ship around. And the coaches from the staff down to the bottom or to the last player on the roster were believing that, hey, this is going to turn at some point. Like we're doing all the right things, we're applying ourselves the right way, we're
right.
giving effort, and we're trying to control what we can control. And as soon as like it's gonna turn, we're not gonna look back. Is how we all felt. And
Mm.
I don't know, maybe one more loss would have did it, and really
Right.
broke the
Right.
ship. But
What's up, footy fans? Your host Hugh Roberts here with the legend himself, Duke Lacroix, former 2024 USL champion, 11-year pro, been all around USL, and he's an international player as well too. Tons of experience, man. It's an honor to have you on this show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Blessed to be on. Happy to make my first appearance. I'm on Backyard Footy. I've known you
Yes, sir.
since early days, even before that, playing against you, bro.
Oh.
Since the Bethlehem Steel days, man. So it's
You
been
don't
a
know about
minute.
any of that, man. It's an honor, man. It's good to see you and legends as well keep going, man, because it's inspiring the next generation of kids. What's it like? So how's Colorado for you now being there for your second year?
This is my third, the start of the third year.
Third year, right?
Finished the second. And funny enough, playing for 11 seasons, this is the longest I've ever been in one place. Yeah, you know how the contracts you work one plus ones
Mhm,
or maybe just
mhm.
ones and dones. So this is the first season that I've been in one team for more than two.
Wow.
So it was a bit jarring in the off season with my girl because we were like, should we be moving? Like we're getting we're getting like antsy. Like we've been in one place too long. Like
Right.
we
It feels
moved
weird when
up.
you're stationary.
Yeah, but we're loving it. The mountains are great. We're kind of outdoorsy. So the lifestyle is good. It's a low key vibe. It's not like a huge city. Like growing up on the East Coast, you have those huge cities, and
Right.
it's very very low key. So where we're enjoying the time with the club and the community.
I'm happy to hear that. And you feel more comfortable there being in your third year?
Yeah, yeah. Like familiarity brings comfort, and
Right.
so we have our routine. We know exactly what we're doing. I was just saying before the call, like I got done coaching a kid, and coming this April, it's gonna be like I've been coaching for a year, and it's like crazy to see like him growing up and doing
That's
his thing
true.
with football. But yeah, like yeah, just having the stability is always a good thing.
That's why I'm asking as well too, because like you said, a lot of players are bouncing around, unstable, and when you don't find that home, it also affects the performance on the field kind of thing. But when you're stable and grounded and feel good, you perform good as well too. And a lot of coaches, you there? Did I freeze? Cool.
Yeah, yeah. You're good now. I missed a little
Cool.
bit of that.
A lot of coaches don't realize that either. Give
Yeah.
us new on the show. Give us a quick summary of your journey to today.
Okay. Born in New Jersey. I don't know how far back we're going, but I'll give you the
Yeah,
spark.
you start all the way back from youth to now.
So, born in New Jersey, Haitian parents, so I got the Caribbean blood, shout out.
Hey,
Um,
whoa.
so raised on the East Coast. My dad played soccer. A lot of my family played soccer growing up. My brother played, my older brother, just the one sibling. And so growing up, like soccer was a sport, like football, watching the house, watch Thierry Henry growing up. Arsenal's my team. But in New Jersey, I played for a club called NJSA, and that was where I really got my start. This is pre-academy days, dating myself here, but it was just
Hmm.
regular club soccer.
Yep.
My first taste at like proper success was in a highlight of my youth career. We won the national championship um, just before like academy soccer really started. So that was a big highlight
Hmm.
growing up. And from there, went to the University of Pennsylvania for 4 seasons, and a bit of ups and downs. I think it went pretty smoothly in the end, like looking back.
Right.
But at the times there's some ups and downs. Like I wish I knew a lot of different things, and the soccer landscape has changed. Just speaking soccer specifically, academically and lifestyle wise. Love Philadelphia. Philly's a great place to be.
I love it.
East Coast is my home. That's where I grew up. It feels like home when I go back. But soccer wise, there's a lot I wish I knew because I stayed there for 4 years. I didn't graduate early. Like a
Mhm.
lot of my peers, a lot of other guys, like being an Ivy League school is very much academics first.
Right.
Story I have is my first time on campus. I was thinking, I talked to the coach because I knew him from some youth national team stuff.
Mhm.
Rudy Fuller, amazing human being. He saved my career multiple times in college. Um, academically and soccer wise. But he recruited me. I committed pretty early in the process, out of high school. And I get to school, I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be cool. It's like the movies,
Right,
bro. Go to
right,
class a little bit, play a lot of football, socialize. Like I
right.
like showed him camps. I'm chilling, bro. It's gonna be great. He asked me what major I want to take. I go, oh, I like math, a little bit of physics. I was taking in high school, and I was like, I was good at it. And he's like, oh, like how does engineering school sound? I talked to this one guy on my recruiting visit. Little did I know, he invented his own major in the
Mm,
program. So he was like a genius, like top level. And he was like, "Oh, like it's easy, bro." He was like a starter on the team, like leader in the squad. And he was like, "Classes is easy." Went to a couple classes with him. He was like cooking. He was doing all this stuff, like easy, bro. So he was telling me that yeah, like you can do engineering, you can be um, play on the team, and your time is good. So I was like, "Oh, bet." Like this guy told me I'm good. I'm
right.
good, man. Rudy, sign me up for engineering. I'm going to Penn. I'm be chilling, just playing soccer, going to class, getting my education, right? I show up the first day. We have a thing called NASO, New Student Orientation, and this is how I knew I was in a different place. New Student, it's basically just like a barbecue for the freshmen to get on campus and to
Oh shit.
understand like what's going on, like the orientation that they usually
Right,
have.
right.
And I'm thinking we have our match against Drexel, first match of the year. I'm thinking, okay, we're just gonna, or sorry, LaSalle. No, it's Drexel. It's Drexel. Irregardless, I was like, okay, just gonna skip the NASL. I'm gonna go to the match. Like, it's cool. Just call the academic advisor and just say, hey, like, I'm gone. Like, I have a match. Like, it's Friday. Got a game to play. Like, I don't need to be going to this. I tell him this. Like, no, you gotta go. I'm like, what do you mean? You gotta go. So I have to go to this barbecue, bro. I almost missed the game. I missed the warm up. I pull up with like the team, like a communications guy, like literally the guy who like writes the articles
Right.
after the matches. I drove in his car. All the team left already. They're doing warm-ups. I pull up. I'm changing in his car, bro, after NSO. And I get to the field. He's like, all right, dude, you got 10 minutes. You good? Pull up, jump in the match. 10 minutes in, bro. That's my first college experience. I was not warm. I was not ready. I got knocked on my ass like three.
Oh,
I was like,
wow,
yo, what's
wow.
going on? Yeah.
Got thrown into the fire, man. That is a crazy story.
Yeah.
Literally, almost like you could say the rest was history from there too. We played against you guys as well in college, and we had some good games too. But man, I know you Penn in the Ivy Leagues, no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good experience. I'm sure, college is like you kind of have to figure it out quick because
Right,
it's the first time you're really on your own, on your
right,
own.
right.
And so that was like a good transition to my professional career. Again, like I mentioned, I wish I like being a academic first institution. I just kind of wish I explored and asked questions more to like either my peers or other players to know like, hey, I should probably be taking summer courses rather than just straight up playing PDL for the
Mhm,
whole
mhm,
season.
mhm.
I was just like I was coasting through, but as I got older, I got more experience and understood like it's better to ask questions than not. So professionally, like I'm definitely more of a sponge and willing to learn
Like that.
rather than just assuming everything is good.
And I'm gonna say that's even why you're playing for 11 years as well, too, being adaptable, being able to listen, being able to soak things in. At certain points you think you're so experienced where you don't gotta listen to people, but I'm telling you, you can learn from anybody, even a rookie on your team who might have seen something different, like, yo, Duke, let me help you out a left center back and tell you this, this, and this. That could up the game for you, and boom, now you're shutouts, and it's all because so and so give you a little, pointer here and there too.
Exactly, bro.
You
Exactly.
get drafted or anything? How was your road to pro?
Yeah, so this is where the part where I wish I knew more because I went to the combine in the winter. I think it was November down in Florida. And you have like you play a couple matches, they put you on different teams, you train, you play the matches, people come and watch those matches, like MLS scouts, and you have interviews after, right? And so in all the interviews, I still had like 3 or 4 more credits left my senior year. And there's some people I talk to on campus, like, just get your degree, just get it done, because if you wait later, it's gonna be really difficult to come back. And I know people who struggle to come back, and some people like do it easy, like, hey, they take their time after they finish. So you can do either. But I,
Right.
I really took that to heart. I was like, I stayed here for 3.5 years. I only have a couple credits left. I'm gonna get them done. So in the interviews, I told all the MLS coaches I talked to, like, yo, like I'm staying. Is there any way this could work there? Just
Mhm.
next to interviews. I
Yeah,
did 2 interviews. I
yeah.
got no interviews after that. Once word got around, I was
Wow.
staying no matter what.
Mm,
Uh, and so I got lucky. The NASL was still a league back then. I went on trial in San Antonio. I
mm.
went on trial in Indy. San Antonio offered me $500 in a couch. So
Yep.
I was
You
like,
know.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to Indy. I went to Indy, and they gave me a more substantial offer that made more sense. I mean, it wasn't much of anything. It was still my rookie contract, but they allowed me to stay on campus. And then as soon as I graduated, I literally walked down the aisle, I packed a bag, and I flew straight from Philly next day. to Indy
Oh,
and started my career from there.
oh, the rest is history. Played for what, a good like 6 clubs from there, bounced to multiple cities.
Yeah.
Most, like you said, most contracts were less than 2 years, probably less than three at least. Like, bro, that's why it's important to touch on the journey as well too, because you can relate to the younger kids as well too, going through. Everyone wants to be a pro, but to hear
Mhm.
our journeys and our struggles, like this isn't an easy crystal road kind of thing. This is a hard, gritty, mental fortitude kind of road. So that was a
Yeah.
good story right there, man.
Yeah, man. You've been playing for a minute too. Did you when you graduated, did you graduate early? Did you know to do that? Like how did you come to know like what to do during that process, bro?
So I was on the same tip as you. I actually did summer classes because I was advised to do summer and then get out early in fall. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was at the soccer house at the time. I tried to do summer classes. After about a month, I was like, I can't do this right now. I was driving from George Mason to Baltimore for summer PDL three
Yeah.
times a week. So that was a good hour, hour and a half from Virginia. And I was
Jeez.
doing school, man. And I'm staying with these dudes. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry. Like, I just can't do this right now. So
Yeah.
a lot of peers finished early, left in the spring, but for me, I was like, I'm gonna just take my chances, and actually took 2 semesters off because of Richmond when I signed was in February of my senior year. That last spring, I already
Yeah.
signed as a pro, so I was like, you know what, I know I can't focus on school right now.
Yeah.
Took those 2 semesters off, then I didn't go back until 2016, my last year, and commuted from Richmond 3 times a week, an hour and a half, 3 times a week, bro, to get my degree, and that's the best thing I
Yeah.
could have done.
Yeah, exactly. Getting it
For that,
done, bro.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
So let's dive into the champion season last year, man. I'm very stoked for this part. You guys started off 1-5 at the beginning of the year last year. I'm pretty sure it was.
Mhm.
How did you guys turn it around? If you can give
Uh,
some of the details, nitty gritty kind of thing.
Honestly, in the moment we were 0 and 5. We got that one tie late, and then we got our next win. And in the moment, it didn't feel like, the boat was on fire. It felt like we weren't getting results,
Right.
but the biggest thing, like as a pro, is like process focused. And even though we weren't getting the results, we felt like we were doing the right things that would eventually get us there. And
Mm,
there was like this underlying belief that we were going to turn the ship around. And the coaches from the staff down to the bottom or to the last player on the roster were believing that, hey, this is going to turn at some point. Like we're doing all the right things, we're applying ourselves the right way, we're
right.
giving effort, and we're trying to control what we can control. And as soon as like it's gonna turn, we're not gonna look back. Is how we all felt. And
Mm.
I don't know, maybe one more loss would have did it, and really
Right.
broke the
Right.
ship. But after that, I think we went on 10 games unbeaten, nine or something, 9 or 10 games unbeaten after
Wait,
the
hold on. After what? Like a meeting or what? Did something specifically happen or just
there wasn't honestly there wasn't a single moment where I can say, hey, this turned it around. I think when we got waxed by Sac at home. Like it was
mm,
3-0 first half. That usually doesn't
mm,
happen. Usually in our house, like at
mhm,
altitude,
mhm,
very
mhm.
tough place to play. The turf,
Tough,
fans are
tough.
on you. Early in the
Yes,
season is colder,
yes.
like night game. So when we got waxed by Sac, that was a moment where it was like a look in the mirror moment, like more sternly. But there wasn't like when you have a locker room talk, like come to Jesus moment like that, where there's one specific speech
Mhm.
or one specific instance. But I think even after that match, where it was the first time we felt like, damn, maybe something is off and there's cracks showing. But even though we lost that game and we got waxed in the first half, we still had a better second half and probably could have gotten a goal or gotten something more out of the game. We never felt like we were played off the pitch, and that was the only match all season where it felt, the closest to being like played off the pitch, and we're like, okay, we're not even in
Right.
in the atmosphere. So although we're 0-5, we really felt like the way we were training, the way we were applying ourselves, the things we were doing, like everyone was giving everything, and you couldn't hold anyone to be like, look, like you're not doing enough, we're not holding the standard. So I think to answer your question,
Yeah.
there's no moment
Yeah.
where it's like a consistent belief.
That's the sign of a championship team right there, kind of unspoken, but everybody has that belief kind of thing too.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily always have that player meetings. Those things sometimes can work as well too. But that as well shows a good locker room, good leadership, good all that, man. And it speaks to why you guys did that as well too.
Yeah.
How's James Chambers as a coach? I know, I think it's only what at the time, second year as a professional head coach kind of thing too.
Yeah.
I know
Actually,
Chambers, you know Chambers, but give people some details into him.
that was his first season. That was his first season, and it was tough because coming off his first season, 0-5, like that'll really do something to your mental. I think most coaches in that situation would be like, damn, like what did I get myself into?
Hmm.
Like 0-5 to start your coaching career. Like you really have some tough decisions to be made. But I think that's where the messaging started. It was just consistent. He's an intense guy.
Yes.
He has high standards and he demands a lot from the players, both physically, mentally, and tactically. But I think the players buy into what he does because first and foremost, he does everything for the team. Like
Mm.
I think we can, even though we might not like some of the decisions or agree with everything, there's an underlying belief and philosophy that what gets done in our locker room by our staff is for the benefit of the team. Even if it's like, hey, I'm sitting the bench this game, or someone else is
Right.
starting, or someone else is not traveling, or we're doing fitness at this time, like whatever the decisions are, you understand like it's not just because he just wants to see us run or wants to see you
Right.
in pain or it's personal. It's he believes it's for the best interest of the team. And
Wow.
I think that actually ties into that 0-5 start. Like we believed that everything was done for the team first.
Literally, man, that's great to hear and great to know. And it's a sign of a great locker room and a great team. And I know you guys brought a good core back as well, too. And I know that's why everybody came back because you felt that as well, too. And those unspoken things, man, go a long way. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah,
You guys get into playoffs, face Oakland first, Orange County, then Vegas before Rhode Island. All very, especially Vegas, all very good and tough teams.
yeah.
How tough was that road to the finals for you? And did you guys kind of have an idea still going on the momentum and streak that you guys were going to reach the finals?
Yeah, I think at that point in time, we hosted every single match,
Right.
and we felt if we were hosting the matches, we were gonna win. And once New Mexico went out, we were in second place. We were hosting all the matches. We were like, there's no way.
Mm, mm,
As soon as we realized we were hosting the matches, and then it was just the Louisville, Charleston, and then both of
yep.
them happened to drop out
Yep.
back to back, both by Rhode Island. We're like, if it's coming to Colorado, if it has to go through Colorado, we're taking
You
it.
guys
No,
knew already.
yeah, no
Yeah.
one, no one's eating in our house, man. So as soon as that happened, we knew they were tough opponents. We didn't take them lightly. We prepared correctly, but we were just we knew.
You have to have that confidence to be a champion. Seriously, it can be unspoken to you. Don't gotta say it all the time, but
Yeah.
to have that belief, man, I understand and see. Who
Mhm.
would you say was your toughest matchup for you guys in that playoff run?
Vegas for sure. I was actually, I mean, I was stressing because I was on international duty.
Mm,
That was a tough time because I had to make the decision where it was between going play some international matches or
hmm.
staying for the playoffs.
Hmm.
Looking ahead to this year, there's a Gold Cup coming up, so I made the decision at the time. Like I have faith in the group, believe that they're going to get the job done. Whoever was going to step up and play, um, and they were able to get it done. But watching that game, just stressing. They were a good squad, keeping
Yeah.
possession of the ball. They had some dangerous players, and they got hot towards the end of the year. And so we were under the caution a little bit.
Yeah.
Christian, our keeper, made some good saves to bail us out.
Yeah, no, man, I saw that
Yeah,
too. And like you said, you're watching from a distance, man. That game was intense. Vegas had a very good year, changed
yeah,
their ownership. I'm actually very impressed in Vegas in 1 year, kind of changing the notion from a bottom of the league team to, one of the top two teams in the Western Conference.
yeah.
And them, but I commend you guys as well too.
Mhm.
After beating them, going to the finals, you guys kind of, I wouldn't say it was set in stone, but how was that feeling going into the championship? And not even just the game in general, but just talk about the championship experience because man, it's 0.1% of us that get there. I've never even been on that level as well, too. So how was that feeling in preparation for all that?
Yeah, the night before the match, I was thinking to myself, like, this is 10 years in, and this is only the second time I've been in a final. Like, the first time was my second season in Indy, and we end up losing that one in PKs to the New York Cosmos.
Mm,
And this is the next time, like, coming to the finals. And I just, I felt really grateful to be in that moment, to share that space with my teammates, whatever the result was. But then also, like, there's a lot of, like, there's a lot more like circumstance with the game, like pomp and circumstance with the match, like a lot more emotion, a lot more like fanfare.
mm.
It was weird because the match was at 10 a.m. kickoff,
That's
uh,
true.
10:15 our time. So Mountain Standard was 10:15. It was like 12 or something Eastern time. Uh,
Right.
but it felt like a practice. Like I woke up, I had my usual like
Hmm.
training meal, and then I
Mhm.
just pulled up to the stadium hour and a half before, like I usually do, did my routine. So a bit of that I think worked in my favor, just being like a normal practice day,
Right.
for the most part. Even though there was like a fan in the crowd, fans and crowds, it was very much like a training day, timing wise.
Mhm.
And we just knew like we're gonna be locked and loaded and ready to go in. I think it helped too. We didn't have too much time to think about it. the day of.
Mm.
Usually you have a match and you have like, you know, all day.
Yep.
By 7 p.m. you have the whole
So
day to
true.
think about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. But we just kind of woke up and showed up to the field.
Nah, I like that. And that speaks to it. That's a great perspective too. Just like a training session, you guys are playing in the morning, playing in the daytime, and if Rhode Island flying across the country, dealing with the altitude and playing in the early morning is a game changer, man. So
Yeah.
I had you guys winning that not just
Yeah.
circumstances, but the momentum and everything too. But yeah, man, I understand that. And then just the championship atmosphere, playing in the game itself. Obviously, we know it's 3-0 pretty early, but would you say you could feel the difference in level and intensity playing in the championship game?
Um, yes and no. I think it felt like another match. Like honestly, like
Hmm.
it's weird to say, but there wasn't like Rhode Island's a new team. There wasn't like an emotional
That's
charge. We didn't
true.
play them at all this
That's
season.
true. That's true.
During the year. Or sorry, we played him earlier in the year and we tied him like much earlier, but there's no like
Right.
history, there was
Right.
no animosity, there was no like, hey, they got us earlier, we have to get him back, or vice versa. I think we end up drawing that match.
Hmm.
Uh, or we might have nicked it 1-0. Um, but yeah, it legitimately like it's a weird thing to say, but it legitimately felt like another match, other than there was a lot more fans in the crowd.
Right.
Like the atmosphere was great that day. It was phenomenal, absolutely packed.
It's a great point, man. Hey, congrats again for that, bro. I'm proud of you, man. Came a long way even from my Charlotte days, man. To for someone I wanted to win, that was you kind of thing too. So just know you have my support that whole time.
Yeah.
This year, you guys brought back a good core, signed guys like Charlie Adams, Akeem Ward, Anthony Fontana, but lose a guy like Ronaldo as well. Hopes you get to the finals. And right now, currently you're 0-1-2, kind of even similar to last year as well. How do you feel about this year going in and for the rest of the season?
Um, I feel better about this season at the start than I did last season. And maybe I'm a victim of circumstance right now just because I'm living through it
Hmm.
a bit more. But I think the group that we have, given the core that we had returning from last season, again, we're focused on the process.
Hmm.
And even though the results aren't quite going our way right now, we know we're taking steps in the right direction, and we have the full belief that we're going to turn it around. This weekend is the goal.
Yep.
So I think the our focus is always on what is the process, and if we do the process correctly, the outcomes are inevitable. And so as we're building into the season, we're going to continue to doing everything that we believe lead to our success, and we think we're going to turn it around. So we're excited about that opportunity. We're just excited to get better every single day. That's what it's about.
That's why they got you guys, and that's why you guys are champions as well. And that's why you bring back a core to kind of calm the new guys. Like, yo, we're good. We've been in this situation before. You need those things when those turnovers kind of happen throughout the year too. So love
Yeah.
to hear that. And lastly, man, what can fans expect from you and the team for the rest of the year?
Um, Energy and goals. That's what we're trying to bring. We're trying to excite the fans, especially in our home market. We're trying to suffocate teams when they come to altitude, and then we're trying to put the ball in the back of the net as many times as possible. So
Hey, fans, stay tuned to my boy Duke, man. ESPN Plus, Colorado. It's the legend here. USL champion, man. It's an honor to have you on our show, bro. Keep doing your thing and all the best the rest of the year.
appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.